Thanks for staying tuned. It's the Business Breakfast on iBrand Television. Now let's get talking now as we take a quick look at what played out at the NGX yesterday while we make projections for midweek trading today. But before we dive into the conversation, take a quick look at this. Tuesday saw a significant downturn in Nigeria's equities market with a 1.4% decrease, resulting in a closure at 773 billion naira. Following the Monetary Policy Committee's decision to raise the monetary policy rate by 400 basis points to 22.75% at the conclusion of its two-day bi-monthly meeting. The all-share index and market capitalization both experienced declines reaching 100,582.89 basis points and 55.37 trillion naira respectively. The year-to-date return for markets was reported lower at 34.52%. Notably, trading activities included shares of Transcorp, Access Corporation, UBA, Zenith Bank, and Ascom, with investors engaging 8,919 deals, exchanging 267.64 million naira shares valued at 5.895 billion naira. Ambrose Omodion, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited, joins me now live virtually to do some analysis of these figures and give us more insight into what's going to be playing out at the exchange today. Ambrose, good morning. Thank you for being a part of the conversation today.
Thanks for having me, blessed.
Ambrose, we've seen the end of the first MPC meeting under the leadership of the Yemi Cardoso-led Central Bank of Nigeria. Interest rate has been increased by 400 basis points to 22.75%. Liquidity cash reserve ratio, that's the CSR, was also increased by 45%. Now, looking at all of these dynamics, how would you say the impact affected trading activities at the NGX, and how long will this continue its momentum on the outcome of trading activities at the capital markets?
Yeah, looking at the outcome of the meeting, I would say it will have a negative impact on the capital market, and not only that, on the economy in interim.
Very true.
Actually, for us to see the rate hike, we are not surprised, but the magnitude of the hike is what we are concerned. In the history of Central Bank of Nigeria, this is the first time we are seeing 400 basis point hike in rate. And at the same time, in the history of our democracy, this is the time we are seeing interest rate going towards 22.75. It tells you that we are already in a different environment. In 28 years, inflation hit 29.9%. Tells you that the era we are is era that will need decision to curtail a lot of things. But in the process, we should consider our economy first before foreign investor. It is obvious that rate hike will encourage savings. But in Nigeria today, because of the poor purchasing power, many people don't have savings to use it. That means if you are using it to encourage savings so that they can start investing, what do they have to say? Because as we speak now, the minimum rate is still around 30,000 and some states are not paying. That is for the economy. The purchasing power of many Nigerians are weak. They can't buy what they want because of what they are not earning. But if you are not hiking rates, automatically you are pushing the economy into contraction. One, for you to say economic in contraction, you look at the rate, interest rates high, inflation high, and the GDP is just struggling. It tells you that we are already at that contrast stage of the economy. But looking at for investors in the market, no matter the state of the economy, there's always possibility to make money. But for those that do not understand the market, they will act the way it is expected. As we speak now, the market is already pulling back in the red. For that, they are reacting to the outcome of the outcome of the meeting. But this opportunity pulling back will create for those that are designing investors, especially who are entering the business. As price is pulling back, look at what we call the strong support level to buy into position. Why? There are some companies or sectors or industries that benefit from rate hike. Are you looking that side now? Use the opportunity of this dividend period to kind of the position of portfolio towards those industry or sectors or companies that benefit from rate hike, and also what's the nature of a company service? The company that because of the nature of their service, they might always, they can increase their interest rate, their prices, and at the same time, they still have what patronage.
All right, Ambrose Omojion, investment and Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting over there. We seem to have some disconnection. We'll take a breather, and when we return, we'll reconnect with Ambrose and continue with the conversation. Please stay with us. Ambrose Omojion is still very much with us now, and then we are back on track with him. Ambrose, just go ahead with your submission as we take the conversation to another level.
Yeah, that investors in the market should not panic as we are seeing the market pulling back. It's a clear that this rate hike will have impact on our market negatively on the short term. But it takes opportunity for those that are outside the market and those that are getting people return now to come back into value stock. As I was saying, I think it's time for you to do more sector rotation. Where should you put your money? In those industries, sectors and companies that have the opportunity to make money going to the future. Because every investment against the future. That means a company that will see that the earnings will improve, that will support their price and not support their payouts. That is where you put our attention. Yes, the market is coming down. Don't panic. Don't sell out of panic. Rather, you see, okay, can I take my dividend now and not to have money? Can I buy more to upgrade it down? And because if you are breaking down, I mean, you are buying more at this price, you're going to increase your quantity. At the end of the day, the dividend coming from the company will also increase. Because I tell you, you cannot give a calculation to also make money in the activity of a capital market or equity investment.
With interest rates at 22.75%, inflation at 29.9%, volatility in the foreign exchange market, with all of these macroeconomic fundamentals put together, what signal is this sending to foreign investors, and how can domestic investors position themselves to take advantage of all of these ripple effects on the capital market?
Actually, I think when there is a division in Naira, Naira access to appreciate by the way to be.
All right.
When the division in Naira access to appreciate, that means now because of the division in Naira, foreign investors coming to Nigeria today, we want to buy stock at cheap price, and that will move the prices up. That's why you, as a local investor, look at the company also that you see that the foreign investor have interest in. But what is that? With this kind of high interest rate, it's not going to attract more of direct investment. That will come and build factory and all this because they're going to also run costs here. But if for those that I will call portfolio investors, they will smiling now. They can go to anywhere and raise funds and come and invest in Nigeria. But having in mind that they are short-term players, they can stay here 3 months, 4 months, 5 months after going back again. Those ones are not helping to grow the economy. They can only help you to provide effect the dollar for you to meet your short-term needs. But for you to really drive the economy that will employ Nigerians, that will create opportunity for people to earn and not to expand the money in Nigeria and oil the economy will be there. That's why we need an environment is thriving and everybody is enjoying the progress. That is where we see an economic well now. Because of the effort which we are having, they must find way out. I think that is step the committee is taking to make sure that this effort volatility is reduced by trying to attract foreign investors through high interest. But at the same time, to the detriment of the economic growth. I will tell you, together you really need to take it. What is that when there is high cost of funds, people business will start going in. Why? They can't borrow more to expand their business. They can't go to new business. They can't go to new adventure because cost of getting funds to do that is high. But when funds are relatively cheap, people can now go into new business, expand business, and employ more people. But when people are closing down because of what? Because of high cost, it's going to create unemployment. It's also have to look at it. What do you want to achieve? To attract foreign investors to bring their funds while the economy is dying, or we want to do economic strike and the economic striving doing well, it's what to attract foreign investors. It depends, but for the short term, I think that is what the committee was giving us to achieve by making sure that dollar comes to Nigeria. So I think what we are saying dollar wants to reduce. But I tell you also, one thing is very, very important. As you are increasing costs of borrowing, automatically you are going to increase cost of production. Yeah, and that's the problem when it comes to prices of goods also go up. You know that in the economics. That's why, for me, I think it's okay for temporary, and that's why I believe that after this FPC meeting that we're watching now, next one is coming in March. So they will see how the economy is going to adjust, the market is going to adjust, the action between now and the next one, then they will do the needful. That's what I see. But for me, investors should not panic. Rather, take advantage of the price pulling back and buy more. They go to have value and they earn more dividend. It's always way out. If you're not getting that application, look for dividend company that will give you capital, give you dividend income. That's what it should be.
I was going to ask you if for any reason the MPC decide to reconvene again in March, what would be the ripple effect again concerning this decision that was made this month. But then let me shift focus now to how this development now will affect the banking stocks, because we know, of course, that this development will have a ripple effect on the stocks of the industry, the manufacturing sector. But what significant impact will this have on the banking stocks?
You know, banking stocks anywhere in the world, the banking industry in the world, I tell you, they are most innovative sector that they move with trend, they move with regulation. Inside that comes, they adjust to meet, the rate, the policy from the monetary, because they know that their own is every 2 months mature economy. They expect to see what the tone of the central bank, where are they going. But from this what in Nigeria today, it tells you that the banking sector and every other financial and service sector are likely to benefit from this. Why? Let's say so. For banks, knowing that this rate of interest, many companies will be defaulting in terms of what, in terms of not meeting up to service their loan, and that will also increase the banking not performing loan. And to avoid it, our banks in Nigeria are very smart, and they have good risk management model. That I will tell you, instead of them giving money to people that will not pay, you will know the kind of client they will be giving money, and also they will play more in the money market instrument. That will help the bank. And don't forget that apart from the FX gain that we saw in 2020, which I know will not be coming up into the future, even from this year, they learn on interest income and commissions and all those stuff. That will, for me, the banks are going to benefit from it, because as you take now, we don't expect any instrument in the physical market, either the money market, to be below 20 in terms of return or yield. But that is a good thing for them. If banks that have the money can be in an instrument that gives them 20% yield, especially, we have seen that last private market option for KDB was at 91 days is 70%. So the 152 days was 18.5%, and 360 days was 19%. With this adjustment in which we are seeing now, it can move to 20, 21, and 19. And that will be the money, because I don't expect the TB option to be more than the NPR. That means we are supposed to come in, might move to 20, 21. And that is good for those also. I also for those that are not going to take this in the capital market. They can use the need of a money market instrument and make money there.
Let's wrap up now. What's your outlook for trading activities today? It's midweek trading activities at the NGX, with all the fundamentals and everything that we're seeing playing there now. Are we still going to continue a downward or a decline in trading activities at the exchange?
Well, it's very sure to continue this today and not even tomorrow. One, we have seen also results that came from Nestle at a negative earning to reflect impact of the FX losses in their operation. That will continue for this manufacturing company. But for other sectors, might see a good number. But for today, I just to see what is very strength in the market. I mean, also on Monday, Tuesday, we continue today, and even tomorrow until starting a level where they will call a short spot level, so market are rebound on the strength of what companies are going to pay dividends. Might not be general market, policy might turn up when they start hitting the market with their word for the other accounts. Thank you.
Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consult Limited, Ambrose Amondio, many thanks for your time with me on the show, and also for your insightful analysis of issues that has to do with market and the figures and the facts behind the figures. Thank you so much for your time with me on the program.
Thanks for having me.
All right, folks, here's what's coming up next. Nigerian Central Bank has raised the benchmark lending rate by 400 basis points. A lot of conversation, reactions have continued to 3 days to 22.75% from 18.75% in the most aggressive push to contain inflation. The rate meeting, the first under Yemi Cardoso, has been viewed by analysts as a test of the bank's seriousness in curbing worsening inflation. How will this in any way bring about inflation to the projected 21.4% made by the CBN earlier this year? We're going to dive into all of that in our conversation segment of the program. And finally, crude oil prices in the international market put back in Asia today as the prospect of a delay in the U.S. rate cutting cycle and the rise in U.S. crude stocks offset a boost on Tuesdays from news that OPEC Plus might extend its output cuts. Let's get talking after this. Time out to stay with us.